Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I want to share more about my hair loss journey with PCOS. I'll show you exactly how I went from my hair thinning, never growing, and losing a lot of hair to now having the thickest, longest hair that I've ever had. A lot of women who have PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome can experience hair loss, mainly due to excess androgens like testosterone, which is the male hormone. Once my PCOS symptoms started, my thicker hair got thin and I had no idea why. I wasn't living a healthy lifestyle. I wasn't taking great care of my hair. Back in high school and college, my hair was so thin and it would just never grow past my shoulders around here. I'll pop in a photo here. My hair would just fall out in clumps in the shower. I would look in the drain after and I would just be horrified. Now my hair is the thickest and longest it's ever been in my life. It's a big difference from before. I'll share both my hair tips that I think are really important and also the lifestyle changes that I made for PCOS that had the biggest impact on my hair. I'll make sure to have everything that I mentioned linked down below in the description box. You don't have to buy all these different hair products. You don't need to have a 10-step routine. It's more about simplicity and picking things that are really quality. I keep mine really simple. So let's get into it. I'll share my hair care tips first and then we'll go into the lifestyle tips. My first tip is that I wash my hair a maximum of 2 times a week. When I do wash my hair, I use a really gentle hair towel instead of a heavy bath towel when I'm wrapping my hair up. That's the name of the game, is being really gentle. In between that, when I'm showering on other days and I'm not washing my hair, I use a shower cap. This is the special shower cap that I use. It's a terry cloth shower cap on the inside. It keeps out all of the humidity. My next tip is that I do an oil massage in my scalp before washing my hair. I like this oil. I'll have it linked below. You can use any simple oil. I use argan, jojoba, or castor oil. I like using one of these little massagers. I use this tool to massage it in and stimulate my scalp, which really helps with hair growth. My next tip is less heat. I know you've heard this before, but I have some actual tangible tips for how to do this because I have curly, frizzy hair naturally. So when people normally say no heat, I'm like, okay, so what do I do instead? After I get out of the shower, I use a paper towel to squeeze out the excess water from my hair, and then I apply oil mainly in the ends of my hair. Don't use a brand that adds extra fragrance and all of these bad ingredients, just a plain simple oil. I use a wet brush. They look like this. I love a wet brush. You always want to start with the ends like this to get any knots and then slowly move up your hair. I wear my hair up in a clip after I shower to avoid heat, and this is like my little secret tip. So I clip it up like this and I leave it in all day like that. I might take it down a couple of times throughout the day and shake it out and put it back up, but this makes my hair so manageable versus how it would normally dry. You can also wear your hair in a braid if you like waves. Find something that works for you when it's wet so that it dries nicely and it's more manageable for you day to day. Let's talk about how to wear your hair at night as the next tip. I did a ton of research on this years ago and I could not figure out conclusive ways of how to wear your hair at night to avoid breakage. I have tried every possible way of wearing my hair at night. I've tried low ponytails, high ponytails, buns, and I finally found something that works for me, so I want to share that. Here's the clip that I use to wear my hair at night. It's all plastic and no metal, so it doesn't tug on my hair. First thing I do is flip my hair over and gather it all into my hands, and then I start to wrap it at the top of my head into a bun. I wrap it around until I'm all out of hair, and then I gently clip it to the top of my head. I either wear my hair like this or I use a silk nightcap to protect it. My fifth hair tip is less coloring. Especially when you're starting out on your hair repair journey, it's important to give your hair a break. You can do styles like balayage if you still want to do color, or dyeing your hair darker. That's better than adding bleach. Or if you can keep your natural hair color, that's amazing. Do that. I also go to an amazing hairstylist that I love, and she is so gentle with my hair. She knows what she's doing. She uses natural products, and we have a good dialogue between us where I can say to her, hey, I'm trying to be really gentle with my hair. I don't want to do things that are damaging. Let me know the best way we can get this look that I want without damaging my hair. Have that conversation and let them know, because they don't know if it's just important for you to be the brightest possible blonde and that's what you want. Find a hairstylist that you really trust and that can help you on your journey and help prioritize the health of your hair while also making it look great. My next tip is to trim your hair. I like to do it every 2.5, 3 months or so. I'll do about 1 inch 2 to 3 times a year, and then a bigger cut 2 to 3 inches inches once, maybe twice a year. I know the feeling where you're like, my hair does not grow. I cannot afford to cut off any of my hair. I get it. I was there for years. I hated haircuts. I still don't enjoy them. But what I would say is if you're in that situation where your hair has not been growing, start small. Do whatever you're comfortable with. Get like maybe an inch, maybe even less. Get that off every 2 to 3 months, just so that you can start getting rid of the split ends and the old dead hair. And slowly, as you do these different practices and your hair starts becoming healthier and growing longer, you'll get more comfortable with taking more off and get rid of the split ends and just make more room for healthy hair to come through. And my last hair tip before we jump into the PCOS lifestyle tips, if you want to boost, do inversion hair massage. So if you think about it, we are on our feet pretty much all day. Naturally, our scalp is not getting as much blood flow. You would lie on a couch or a bed and let your head hang off a bit and just massage it like this a couple times a week for about 2 to 4 minutes, and it increases the blood flow to your scalp. The idea is it really just helps give a little bit of an extra boost to your hair growth. Now let's get into my favorite part. We're going to talk about lifestyle changes that help my PCOS hair loss the most. First and most important was an anti-inflammatory diet. I've heard this from my mom, who's a registered dietitian, from doctors, from experts on PCOS. Your diet is so important and can really help PCOS symptoms. Currently, I eat a plant-based diet. I do add in some fish, egg whites, occasional poultry too now. Healthy fats like avocado, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, tons of veggies, quinoa, beans, really minimally processed foods, fruits, things like that. I don't eat dairy, gluten, or soy. We're all so different. We react differently to foods. Personally, those 3 things really were inflaming me and causing a lot of issues. I avoid refined sugar, so I'm not having these massive blood sugar spikes and drops throughout the day. You got to be really careful about the sugar intake. That was one of the biggest changes I made that had a huge impact on all of my symptoms in my hair too. I can do a full video about my diet if you'd like to see like what I eat in a day with PCOS. Let's talk supplements. I will link these below. I'm gonna just mention the ones that are the most important for hair. First thing is saw palmetto. Amazing in my opinion if you have PCOS and you're experiencing hair loss. It's an anti-androgen and DHT inhibitor. So many women with PCOS have increased levels of testosterone, the male hormone, and DHT. Studies have shown that saw palmetto specifically has helped reduce DHT production, which encourages hair growth on your head and reduced hair growth on your body. The next supplement that I take is Baseline. This I would recommend honestly for any woman that has PCOS. It is an amazing combination of supplements. I often like to find things like this that are a high quality combination of different supplements that I was taking, just so I don't have to take quite so many pills. I love what's in here, including myo-inositol and DIM. When we regulate our hormones and get them balanced, especially when we have PCOS, that really helps reduce hair loss. And then a couple others, they're downstairs. Vitamin D3 and K2 combo, that is amazing. Everyone pretty much in our society is deficient in vitamin D. There's been evidence that a deficiency can impact your hair thinning. I would recommend the D3 and K2 combo to help your body properly absorb it. I'll link the one below that I really like. Fish oil and evening primrose oil are really rich in omega fatty acids. This can help reduce inflammation and increase hair growth. Magnesium and ashwagandha are 2 others that I love. There was a Harvard study that was done about how stress leads to slower hair growth and actually hair loss too. I would do anything that you can to reduce your stress, like nightly meditation, walks, tea, taking a supplement that will really promote your hair growth as well. Speaking of tea, I love tea. Drink so much tea a day. One of my favorite teas for PCOS is spearmint tea. Spearmint tea acts like a natural anti-androgen, which means that it helps lower the testosterone. Studies have actually found that those who were drinking, I think it was 2 cups of spearmint tea a day, did see a reduction in their testosterone. But I love that. It's such a simple, natural way to reduce your testosterone, which can help your hair. We're talking about hormones quite a bit. If you have PCOS, you probably already know that hormones play a huge factor in your symptoms, and especially your hair. So something that I did that really helped with my hair repair was I switched away from hormone disrupting products, also known as endocrine disruptors. What these are ingredients that can really interfere with our hormones. They can block them from doing their job. They can even mimic our hormones and trick our body into thinking that they are hormones too. I use shampoo and conditioner that aren't hormone disrupting. They don't have any fragrances, no parabens, no phthalates. I personally really like the brand Away. It's Italian and it stands for organic way. That's my favorite. I've also used Alafia and Briogio's Gentle line. Depending on your hair type, those can be good options too. Along with that tip, cutting out other hormone disrupting beauty products really helped me too. And if you're just getting started, I think the first and most important thing is to read the ingredient list and see if it says fragrance. And I would personally just skip those. It could be perfumes, lotions, sprays, and makeup. The only thing that I use as a fragrance now is essential oils. So if it lists out essential oils, we're good. Or I'll even get like a little essential oil roller ball and I use that on my wrist and my neck and they smell so nice. The last lifestyle tip that really helped my PCOS and my hair loss was to shift to low intensity exercises. So walking, Pilates, strength training versus going to a boot camp. I try to live a life where I am not spiking my cortisol all the time. And that's really important for PCOS, is to protect the energy around you. That's been a big shift for me. Stress is linked to hair thinning. There are so many studies to support that. I have a joke with my husband where we're always like, babe, you're spiking my cortisol, take it down a notch. But doing a lot of strength training and resistance workouts and walking can help you build lean muscle cells, which is really important with PCOS because that helps improve your insulin resistance. Do low intensity strength training, lift weights, use resistance bands, go for walks, and that can really help support your hormones and your hair growth. Those are all of my favorite tips for what finally helped my hair turn the corner and start growing thicker and longer, even though I have PCOS. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to answer them if I can. And if you're diagnosed with PCOS too, just know that you're not alone. I totally understand how challenging it can be. I was diagnosed 15 years ago and I've been trying so many things over the years and going to different doctors and reading books and practitioners and researching studies. I just keep optimizing and feeling even better. It's definitely possible, and I'll continue to share what I learn with you too. Comment below to let me know what other PCOS topics you want to see a video on, and you can subscribe to see new videos every week. I hope this was helpful for you if you have PCOS. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.